My name is Sveinung Oftedal. I'm the Chief Negotiator on Green Shipping in the Norwegian Ministry of Climate and Environment.
Okay, you gave a very interesting, insightful presentation today at the conference. Could you elaborate a little bit for the camera audience on what that entailed?
Now, I introduced the Norwegian approach to decarbonise shipping. We have climate targets in Norway, and clearly domestic shipping is important in order to have significant emission reductions in order to meet our climate targets. Also, of course, we work on the global arena at the IMO and working with other countries in order to decarbonize shipping. What we will do is to require climate reductions. We will support by support scheme climate reductions. We will stimulate through carbon pricing. And also we will cooperate through private-public partnership with shipping in order to make this happen.
So in Norway, there are a number of routes with ferries, cruise ferries, you've got cruise ships. You've also got a major offshore vessel sector. What are you doing on both of those to try and cut emissions going forward into this decade?
The quite high number of electric ferries we have in Norway have been quite important in order to develop technologies and solutions which will be helpful to decarbonize short sea shipping. And also we are introducing now other types of energies, meaning green fuels, in order to make that happen in short sea shipping. So to require climate emission reductions and zero emission requirements in these various segments is very important in order to make this happen. We need to demonstrate that it can be done. We need to have the results in these sectors in order to show to the world that this is possible.
Specifically on offshore support vessels, what are you expecting to happen in the second half of this decade?
The government has said clearly now in the budget proposal that we aim for low emission in 2025 and zero emission in 2029, meaning that we have actually done quite a much of background work in order to see how that can be regulated and that will be done, meaning we try to work as fast as we can. So having a proposal to be examined by the government, so the government then can put a proposal out on a public hearing. There are various ways to do it. You can do it directly towards the ship, or you can do it indirectly towards the operators of the offshore oil and gas fields. So we try to come to a conclusion on this one.
Likewise with ferries, cruise ferries, what is happening now and what is coming very much in the future?
On the high-speed passenger vessels and ferries, we have had out on a public hearing that there will be for ferries zero emission by 2024 for the new contracts, high-speed passenger vessels from 2025 on the new contracts, and then it is for us then to adopt those regulations when we have considered what is, let's say, the response in the public hearing. Cruise vessels operating the World Heritage Fjord, we have zero emission requirements, which is then clearly requested by the Parliament when we have worked on that as well. It's been out on a public hearing, and then we need to agree on what actually to require in the World Heritage Fjord. Yeah, we're working on this.
Okay. You mentioned expansion into other Nordic areas, Nordic countries. Can you elaborate more on the potential for green corridors?
Yeah, we have been, this was initiated by the ministers in the climate and environment ministers in the Nordic countries. So we have worked on this and screened actually 81 possible Nordic corridors, and then we have priority on 6 corridors where we have the potential to now operate on low and zero emissions. We will now work further on this and look into how the financial solutions can be. It is both a political interest, and we are working with the industries in order to make this happen. But then we need not only to have the partners involved, we also need to have the financial solutions involved. But we have 6 corridors, which is then a priority in our work.
Okay. Also, Norway is a very much an exporter of energy. Where do you see, for example, LNG and gas and tanker shipping going in reducing their emissions in the next 5 years?
All segments are looking into actually their propulsion solutions. So meaning whatever market you are in, either it is in oil tankers or container vessels or general cargo vessels or whatever, all companies are looking into their energy solution for their propulsion. Now, how the market will change, meaning into the long future, what kind of cargo which will be transported. Actually, 40% of the global shipping transportation is fossil fuels, oil, gas, and coal. So, if that is to be reduced globally, also the cargo to be transported will change. So, what we are doing is actually to use the maritime cluster competence to communicate to all others that this can be done, and that is also where what makes Norway interesting.
Here at this conference, you did your presentation. What do you anticipate to be getting from the Maritime Hybrid Electric and Hydrogen Fuel Cell Conference over the coming days?
I've been following these conferences for some years now, and what I finds very good and interesting is that you have a wide representation from the industry, and to have this conference as a meeting point and also to address the various barriers and solutions is an important part of the transition. So if everybody is just sitting at their offices with their own ideas and not interact and communicate, we don't progress. So this conference is a part of the progressions towards zero emission shipping.